Alright, welcome back. We are here at the near the end of the classical era. We are staying as the Achaemenid Persians because we want under one banner to get us the annex up here. Now, I often, after recording a video, will kind of watch the end of it with fresh eyes the next day and see if there's something I missed. And there is a couple of things I missed. So first off, Hao Jing here is building a harbor somewhere around here, yeah, because I want to be able to add some assistance to up here, but I have 1400 influence, and so what I can do instead of doing that is go to Sulafat, build their harbor not here where the yields are optimal, but here where the location is good. And we're going to pick this spot specifically because it gets us over here as quick as possible, but it also gives us a harbor bridge, which can be a little nice to march land units over. Who knows if that will ever matter, but it's a nice little thing to consider. So if we do this, and Hao Jing attaches this, I could get a really good harbor by getting Histral, but I don't have the influence for that. But now I can do that, and then instead of building the harbor, I can go right to building the quadrenes. Yeah, I can build 3 in 1 turn, so that's what we'll do. And then they can go help patrol the seas. Keep these, so then these guys will stay on this side, unupgraded, but still blocking troop transports. 26 strength is not amazing, but it's better than a troop, so I'll have to send an actual navy to save it. And then I can get these boats to come hold the other side. I also want to tick more about Keys. So I have just a natural instinct when I take these crappy one-tile cities to ransack them. And I mentioned I was going to do it. But it's worth talking a little more about why you would do that and what the options are. Especially because what I kind of missed is I'm not over city cap. So I'm not taking any penalty for holding this. But I know long-term I don't want it. Now, there's a few things you can do. One thing that is coming is, so this is relocate capital city. It's like somewhere, I think it's in military. Absorb city. This is like not a great button. You usually don't use this. Sounds like exactly what you want, right? I'm going to take these 2 influences and pay absorption to merge them. But you pay sort of according to the difference in infrastructure between the 2 cities. And you can also just make it up by ransacking and then claiming as a territory. So the main reason you absorb is if you've got lots of pop in both of them and you want to keep it all. Another option that I have, if I go into the city menu here, I can liberate. So I could liberate Keys. It would become an independent people, but one that starts with max ideological proximity to me, and I start with some patronage. And then I could just have them be my friends. This is a little better if you are playing with the Together We Rule expansion, because there's the Congress of Humankind, and the client state will vote with you. But in this case, I'm not going to do it. So what I want to do is there's no need to ransack Keys until I'm at city cap, or until the city I plan to attach it to, which is very likely Sipar or Fenghao. Fenghao's next attach costs 837. Sipar's costs, I think it's anywhere nearby that it can see its next attachment cost. I think it's a little cheaper than that. But if a place with way better infrastructure takes it, then like, so for example, on Fenghao we've got artificial reservoirs, flood irrigation, and watermill already. So adding these 3 new river tiles, I guess just 2 new river tiles till I build something up here, it gets benefited more. So there is still reason when you're below city cap to ransack it, but at this very second, with the influence I have, I probably don't need to ransack it. Probably the way around it is I'll just garrison this weak army there anyway as a garrison, and then also if it's ever the right time to ransack it, I can ransack them. Also, I want to be careful with the independence, because I do want this iron. And so actually, I'm kind of thinking of not doing this Great Temple idea immediately, and just getting these guys to go very, very slowly. I can buy it out for relatively cheap. Extractors are not the most expensive. But I don't need the iron for anything yet, so I'll just build it slow like that. Also, I saw that these guys...
Se avete a cuore il
So,
bene
Celts are
comune,
trespassing here. We just got introduced. Now, do I want to push a grievance against the Celts? They are quite far away. I couldn't do a war, and I don't want it. So I think I'm going to forgive it. I'm going to renounce it. Now, in Together We Rule, there's this currency called leverage. I'm glad I don't have to explain it, because that's why I deliberately didn't turn it on, to just not have quite so many things to talk about. But renouncing is better in Together We Rule, because you get leverage. That's not even a thing in this version, so it's just... I just lose it. But if I demand it and he calls my bluff, I kind of got nothing. So I think I'm going to just renounce. You get this one free.
Welcome.
Now, black is trespassing. How do I feel about the Minoans? Or the Byzantines? Alright, I'm going to try demanding here.
I'm not in the business of
then I
making
will
threats. I was
withdraw.
simply testing the waters, you
And then I at
understand?
least get a lot more war score. Which I guess, I don't know if I really lost anything getting that war score, so maybe I should have just done it for orange. I just kind of know I don't really have intention of following up on that war score yet, whereas the Byzantines are right with me at the top here, so I have more incentive to take it to them. They're also the ones who fast expanded. Yeah, we have comparable strength, or rather, with more war score, we are less powerful than them. But also, when you're across the ocean like this, there's kind of like a timing attack issue. Also, damn, the New World. This is probably right here, and the Carthaginians are on the New World first. And
There
I
can
am,
be
like,
only one empire in first place, that is. You are almost, but not quite, there.
by which the narrator means that I am there, but he is old and senile. So this is a bit unfortunate, and this is why I often don't turn New World on. I kind of wanted it on here, because it's an option. I kind of want to show you the options. But look at this situation. There's 3 continents in a New World. I happen to get the middle continent. So I've got to fight my way all the way over here to get to the New World. Whereas this guy just goes bloop, and he gets an entire continent to start founding. So it really can sometimes imbalance the game for no good reason. Which is why, like, in competitive multiplayer and stuff, people often won't turn it on. I was like, okay, New World, you can see how it works, how it changes the game, but I did draw the short end of the New World straw this time. There's no doubt about that. Now, the good news is that since the Carthaginians are my ally, what I can do is just run through and settle with them. And my ally being prosperous is okay too. So that's definitely sort of on my list here. Why isn't this guy founding here? I skipped it for some reason, but I couldn't tell you why anymore. I'm gonna upgrade this guy to horse, and then... Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do this, but whatever my reason was before, I think I want to just do this and then start this guy marching over. Get a New World city going on, especially with Cyrus's Shadow. That works very well with the New World. Okay, so we will keep Keys for now, but it's very important. I have to kind of consciously remember to never pick building infrastructure on Keys, because there's no point in that. This is not a long-term city. Whether I absorb it because I really am attached to the pop that it got, whether I ransack and attach to some with better infrastructure, whether I liberate, no matter what, it's not going to be the case that this is just one of my mainline cities. So infrastructure, there's never any point for building. And so I have to kind of think a little more critically, but it's not correct to ransack it quite yet. I was just tired, and that's what I do to reduce the cognitive load of that stuff. Also doing an outpost audit. I do have another 3 of 4 pop outposts chanced on here. Now, Haojing has got amazing stability, 75 surplus, and it's got great infra, so it's probably going to be the one to take anything remotely close to it. This might still be a while, because I might want to go and attach this first, depending on how things go with the Goths, who we are sort of fraught with.
With a first ship, you can protect your interests far from home. And maybe redefine what those interests are.
Ooh, fuck. 4 boats. I'm in trouble. The good news is these are just his boats. He doesn't have the land units yet, but now he can embark the land units, and I can't stop them until I beat his navy there. So these are 3 quadrims. These are just 4 quadroon. And he's got bonus strength on me because it's humankind. Okay, this is tricky. Let's me events. Myths and monsters. Should I open people's eyes to new vistas? Yeah, I don't need more faith. I'm doing, like, in the Faith War, this is about to convert because it's surrounded by Judaism. So it's just like here, which I'm going to just convert these Hinduisms, both by finishing the ring and by invading slowly. So I'm not really... The faith battle isn't really relevant on my continent here. So I definitely want just 25 science. Have 5 cities. Another good reason to keep Keys is those per city events. So these guys are going to start heading out. This guy's going to go around to be ready to join him. But because he's going to have to cross the shallows and it's not going to be my territory after, I'm going to wait a turn. These guys are going to have to do like a weird cat and mouse game. Sanjay. They only have 8 pop, goddamn. They could do a barracks. There's no rush to attach Anshan, it's not doing anything. Why don't you guys get the library done? You guys... Maybe these guys are also going to go start heading to the New World. That's probably correct here. This is just the trespassing man. Okay, but that is the end of the line there. So I guess we're going to just have to go into this channel and see if there's anything. You guys, we don't need to use under one banner. We can just ransack. Also worth noting is you see these expensive attachment costs. This is in many games when you can start thinking about going into customary, spending the influence to crack the Civic for 244, and then it's 316 to get a new one, and go swap this to 20% cheaper attachments. However, because this is a New World game, there's going to be quite a lot of claiming territories
but it's
still to do. Right? Because that's when you, once all the territories are claimed and you're ransacking and stuff, then you don't do nearly as many create outposts. It's only like when you ransack and then build a new one. And then you want the cheaper absorbs, but in this case with a New World, I want to keep the cheaper create outposts for a long time still. So these guys, I want you to spend one more turn, because he's got the better quadroons, so I'm going to have to beat him on volume. Okay, Feng Hao. Honestly, I think Feng Hao can just get this Great Temple done to start pushing the faith back. It'll cost them 4 turns.
Your empire becomes one of the giants, astride the globe. And what will you do with this power? Not everything worth appreciating was forged by human hands.
That's kind of cute. He found Zuma Rock, but we're allies, so I also got the fame. We shared it. Okay, well, I want Zuma Rock. He's probably going to take that part, but over there too, make sure I get some of the pickings. Okay, you guys. One annoying thing is, like, the path thing doesn't think about Lost at Sea, so you have to kind of walk him through it.
Ho una proposta per voi. Penso vi piacerà.
Celts want to trade.
I must ruminate.
If they pay me.
Vous avez une proposition à me faire? Voyons ce qui est possible.
That's kind of funny. It gives me a little thing here saying that we've got open cities, but also I don't even care what this treaty says because I can just trespass all the time. In 2 turns, I can propose one of these next ones. A living art. Ooh, we can do tattoos. Ooh. And how much? So Feng Hao has how much pop? 14. 2 influence per pop for 10 turns. That's 28. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna take the cheerleading. Let's go. Alright, I'm almost done with the Texas era. Just finish up craftsmanship because that's what's left. So I will be able to get feudalism first, which, like I mentioned, is great. A great deal. Okay. Hopefully that's enough of a navy. They're gonna go stop and make sure nobody can land on the close side, and then if he lands the guys on the far, hopefully they don't have the time to stop this. Now you're gonna spend 1 turn dipping your head into this channel here. Doesn't look like there's anything. Oh no, okay, but I can get here, so I'll be able to keep exploring with the doomed ship. Probably I'll era up, take a non-expansionist, and he'll just fucking die. Ooh, here we go. So this is when we would want to finish the steel, because the customs farm gives us 23 money since all my trade goes through my capital here. That is quite good. So let's go to Keys, buy out the iron mine, so that this doesn't get delayed. And now you guys can just go throw in for the temple, and we'll go from there. Okay, he's getting some pretty good armies. So if he wants to take it to me because of what I've done to him, he can do it. But the nice thing about being across the water is it's like very hard to do a sneak attack. Because he'll declare the war, but then he'll start sailing over. That's so many turns for me to build up. Especially because my ally's close to him, that like I feel reasonably confident in my ability to do it without having a big army ready now. As long as I've got the production capabilities to make a good army, which I do. You're gonna go into there. There we go. You guys are gonna just troll around. Because, like I said, the real difficult part here is I don't want to... Making this a city would make it a lot more safe, but I really want to get feudalism before I make that a city.
Impressive.
Clonk.
A cultural wonder that makes me want to pull out my toy blocks and go crazy.
Nice. Which is mine. I can also attach it. Do I have a great need to attach it? My first impulse is no, but I don't have something else I need more. Safety from the Babylonians is probably the best thing I could do right now. And some more yields for Sipar. Yeah, I'll buy that. There we go. Now you're trespassing, nerd. Now you take the damage. What's annoying... Okay, they didn't do it here. Sometimes you can, like, make a new territory and a guy who was just standing there, you get a trespassing grievance. Which feels really unfair when it happens to you. Okay, so we really want the animal barns, because this is the food per horse. And since that's for my whole empire, when you've got these, like, crappy starter civs...
A cultural wonder. In my considered opinion, one of your competitors garnered a lot of fame building that monstrosity.
Sometimes he just says the line, and I never know which one he's talking about. Probably. Oh no. Hippodromos are just the Byzantine emblematic. You can see little horses racing. Could be the Colossus of Rhodes I just saw, or something. Okay. So I know that he's got his ship, so I'm going to move... Nope. Yeah, I'm going to move so that this is always in reinforcement range. Nice. These are all just navies. Which, navies are very strong, but they're not going to stop him, like let him stop under one banner. So, what do you want, buddy? Oh, just let me know what we can do. Okay, we can do another alliance treaty. So, scientific exchange, cultural exchange. I think I want this culture, actually, first, because my science is kind of capped out.
We would all benefit from
5
growing
turns,
closer.
I can propose
Don't
that
you
one.
think?
Alrighty, Sipar. You can see it's just not a big city, so a lot of these infras are just not very good. I think the next thing I'm going to do is the aqueduct, because then it will go to 99. Oh, wait, never mind. I was going to say it's going to bring its stability up, but also in one turn the temple's finished, and that brings its stability up. We're going to do the theater then, just that my influence and religion now will both be pushing back on the Babylonians. Because, like, if I flip this to be influenced by me, then in the next war I'll get a +1 per turn for a few turns, because I'm influencing his territory. And I can also, once I'm influencing him, demand
If I cannot teach you wisdom,
he's not pushing his ones because he knows. But I could demand once I've taken his, like, that he gives me that territory. Okay, you guys. Oh, the charcoal kiln gives you +2 access on copper deposit, which will just give me 2 gears everywhere. Because pretty much all my places have a forge, so that's cool. So these guys are going to just go, wait. I guess actually right here is not a bad spot. There's nothing else I can steal. Ransacking, because it's all attached. I could under one banner, but that's got a cooldown. And I'm probably airing up as soon as the under one banner is over. So, doesn't really matter unless I take another expansionist, which I never know. I'm kind of, like I said, in normal Oh, I never built this harbor, and it's just free food every turn for these guys, so there's like no reason not to. What was I going to say? Yeah, and normally in Humankind, you should have a sense in advance of how you want to era up, like what you want those guys to do, so that as you're picking your, like as you're playing, you're optimizing for the civ you're going to get next. I haven't been doing that because it's less fun for the Let's Play, and that's literally like the only reason. You haven't seen me looking at my civ and like starting to optimize midway through Classic, who my medieval culture will be. But when you're playing, you should do that. It just is like the rhythm is totally off if I start going to medieval and then like, okay, let's look at every early modern culture and start playing in a quantum based on who they could be. Especially because if you're a new player starting out, that's overwhelming, and you might just want to pick your culture right at the end. Okay, we're gonna stack up. Okay, so I now own Nanaki, so I can now upgrade these two to quadrenes. I can then start sailing them in solidarity. Is he in reinforcement range? No. Oh, but I need to declare war because... Right, because I'm trespassing. So, to attack his guys while trespassing, I need to declare war. It's kind of okay, though. I can just spend the money. Also upgrade these guys to horsies. I could move this for some bonuses. I kind of don't know why he hasn't. I think I am meant to. Yeah, be at the foot of the mountain. Let's go. One influence per territory is under the religion's influence. Nice, 20 influence from Mount Vesuvius. Also, this puts my city center closer to my side, which makes it easier for me to defend. Okay.
I think things could improve between us.
Nope, I ain't trading with the number 2 Civ.
I'm sorry.
So she's in the same spot I am, where no matter how much we dislike each other, it makes very little sense for either one of us to go to war with the other right now. Because it's just such a distance to travel that, like, technologically we would totally change. So this guy might just end up doomed. Because he... Yeah, this is all gonna be... I guess I can escape to the north, and until she attaches it, it's not trespassing, and we'll see how far I can get.
A holy site, built to provide a place of worship, and a place of peace. The people will be appreciative.
So we can see now we've got this cute little blocky section. Astronomy house. So the astronomy house is the Babylonian. So this is one of the cool things about war, is that now I get this Babylonian emblematic. Because I got an astronomy house. So we can see, now Judaism's going to flip here with all this pressure, and that will help over here. And culturally, these guys flipping will probably take these guys over, because they're pretty marginal as it stands. So I think I'm arraying up. This is sort of my last call on palaces, but I think the 10 ones aren't quite worth it. Give them a fountain so they can get back to 100 or above 90 stability for that extra influence. Keys, we have to remember here to never build infra. Because normally I would build infra. I'm only not because of this situation where something's going to happen to this city. I really don't know what I am meant to build then, though. Guess a science quarter touching the astronomy house. Alright, well then I think it's time for us to have a look at some cultures. Oh, I guess also I should check for stars. It's 4 buildings. Everything else is like super far away. They have their harbor already. So, okay, now these guys can build their harbor. That's cool. Oh, do you notice that the thing where it said now they're going to convert to Judaism? Now these guys are, when they've got a harbor, they become culturally and religiously connected to the mainland, which changes the geometry of the faith. Okay, but nothing else here can... So I have to buy out 3 buildings. That's 500 to build out. Nobody else? Okay, yeah. I'm not going to build their gold. It's just not smart. Okay, so let's have a look. Rapa Nui. 1 industry on coastal water. That's pretty good. I have quite a lot of coastal water that I see. So these guys get a lot. Yeah, that's pretty good. Makes eyes. Makes eye for 5 turns to created cities. Now, annoyingly here, it doesn't tell you what make eyes does. I think it's just a bonus to gears, but I wish they would say it here when you hovered it or something. The Tangata. Ooh, that's a cute benefit. The Sapper. A bonus attacking behind enemy walls. That can be a big deal in a war. And then the way their building works is cool. It's the Moa, where it's faith, food, and influence, counting as religious, which, remember, we can do this if we want to build religious districts. But another cute thing about it is you just build it up 3 times and it gets better every time. That's why there's 1, 2, 3. You can keep sort of adding more heads. So it has to be placed over a district that is Moa 2, over a district that is Moa. So, Moai? I don't know. However, the problem here is that that's a great way to rush through faith, which, again, I sort of like, I have power and I'm doing all right already. I guess I could try to really push it and go international. I guess when I go to the New World, that would be pretty helpful. So let's say the Rapa Nui are pretty reasonably strong here, but I have a feeling we'll do better. I'll keep them in mind. The Aztecs, cheaper unit, industry cost and movement speed. Movement speed, like I've said, is just really strong. It gets a little bit less strong the higher eras you go, because you start getting other options. Having like airplanes or like having cached armies or trains and stuff. But it's still, in medieval, that's still pretty useful. Cheaper cost is always fine. The Jaguar Warriors with Fervor. With no penalty from damage, it means really sort of gross knock and drag fights you kind of get an edge on. When you're overwhelmed, you're just overwhelmed, and it's kind of embarrassing, but it helps a lot of the fights where they could go either way, go your way a lot more. The Sacrificial Altar So the big thing here is that it gives stability, and it also lets you sacrifice a pop to get celebrating, which gives even more stability. Now again, remember that we were the Zhou in the ancient era. So we have like 100 stability, 100 stability, going up to 91 with the Judaism, 88, and I'm building, I think, and I'm building this to get it to 100. So, Aztecs are just not that useful because I'm fine on stability. They are also militarist, which could be useful if the Goths keep trying to, like, they're not trying to push these. They don't want the war per se. They want to just take the easy naval fight in their borders here. But... Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, so like the militarist affinity to get the war score would not be bad. That's where I'm going with this. But the altar really is not useful. The Jaguars are like whatever. Again, both the first two I've looked at, the Rapa Nui and the Aztec, I wouldn't be bummed if I was playing with like a randomizer and I rolled them. It would be fine. I have a feeling that I can do better, so let's keep on looking. 10% influence, you know, it's just a no-nonsense LT. You don't need to do any work to trigger, and that's always nice. Just a legacy trait. Have some more influence, buddy. If I make it to the new world, then influence is going to be a big... Right now, it's kind of just, like, get these attachments done, which will be nice, but not, you know, game-breaking. But once I get over to the new world, then it's kind of just be... The more influence I have, the more I can rush for land. And it really will be that simple over there. So that would be nice. The Frankies Milites are heavy cavalry with a supercharge. So when they deploy down, it's really grotesque. I have the horses. Do I have another iron anywhere I know about? No, but I believe my ally... Yes, I just haven't been trading because I haven't needed it. I could get that iron, so... so the Franks would be pretty fine. Scriptorium. Faith I don't need, but the influence per adjacent research quarters. That would be kind of nice. I mean, right here, where in Keys, for example, where I was just kind of building because I don't want to do infra, I would love to put the Scriptorium, like, right here. That would be really cool. So, 3 in a row of good but not great. Teutons. Spurred by faith is often just why you pick the Teutons. If you've got a really successful religion, then you take spurred on by faith, and it can just give you a dramatic bump to your science. In our case, we're making 400 a turn. We have quite good science, just through the Confucian schools and one thing and another. We have 54 worshippers. So that would only be, like, you know, 15% kind of... 20%? I don't know. Yeah, if it's 400, then 20% is 80, and this is not 80, it's 54. So yeah, it's going to be like a 16%. Probably not enough to be worth it. That is one thing about continents, is that as much religious power as I have and could get, I'm kind of naturally... It takes a bit more work to get over the sea. You can do it through trade and stuff, but it is harder. So I do feel like my next faith gain is just going to be slowly wiping out Hinduism over here, taking New World, etc. But it's going to be a little slow. It's not dramatic enough for Teuton to be a big deal. The Teutonic Knights are good against different state religions. So far, nobody has converted to Judaism, so that is just solid. If you're wondering why you would convert to a different religion, you lose the ability to make the decisions here for like what each new tenet will be, but you just get the tenets that the religious leader did. So it can be good if your religion is bad. You have a period of unrest when you change the state religion, so I can do it if there's people in my empire who follow that religion. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so it dominates none of my territories. I could become Shinto or Islam right now if I wanted. So if I really wanted to respect the sea's bounties, I change my mind, like, I need that. Then, and that also adds a lot of worshippers, so it'll probably get us to a higher tenet, but then I don't get to pick it. And the AI might do that with me. But until they do, the Teutons just are 39 with even more strength. And that's pretty cool. Mer. 3 industry on Maker's Quarter. Now, my emblematics so far have been market and science. So my only maker's quarters are this line here that got made, and I think I made like 1 or 2 more. I think Haojing has one like right here. Yeah. I don't have that many maker's quarters, is the point. So, Servants of Magnificence. Now, I could then preferentially take maker's quarter EQs in later eras and get a lot for it. They get the elephants. The elephants whip ass. 38, no melee penalty, 3 range. I really love the elephants. And then the beret. Industry per adjacent river counts as maker farmer. So that means, remember, it counts as maker. It's going to get that +3. I get the workers. We're sounding real good right now. I have quite a lot of river action. I can build those. Even get me some more food on top of it. Like right here, it's like exploiting so much more river to put... that. They're the best so far. They're the best so far. And like I said with the other guys, I can have this iron just by trading for it. So they're my pick so far. I really like the idea of the Franks proselytizing in the New World. But like that's going to take some time to march over. I don't know what the state's going to be like by the time I get there. Yeah. English. 7 food per number of attached territories on city or outpost. So it's just your big cities get lots of food. But the stronghold longbowmen is kind of why I do it. So the English stronghold, it gives range unit +2 range. They get more district fortification. They get combat strength. And then the longbowmen are range that don't need a clear line of sight. So the normal archers have this. You saw I can kind of shoot over cliffs and stuff just with some penalties. But gunners do need line of sight. As we start inventing guns, they're stronger, but they're a little bit less flexible. But the English longbowmen just sit in the strongholds. They can attack without a clear line of sight. They get +3 strength to 35, and they're just super annoying. In a defensive war, I would maybe go for the English. And also, the agrarian affinity ability is now a lot better. Like, stealing pop into Nakami from Mycenae is like, haha. Stealing some pop in Sipar, I'll take it from Babylon. In the New World, I can kind of... So the English would be fine. This has been really spectacular. So far, all of these medieval cultures are at least pretty playable. Not as good as the Khmer, though. So the Mississippians, they're interesting. Okay. Flowing waters. All your districts on rivers make 3 more of the yields they make, except for science. But industry, money, food. That's a lot of stuff. Cahokia Raiders. They have the Raiders' Ardor, where when they destroy enemies, they get more combat strength. So that's hard to use effectively. It can be strong, but it's fiddly, is what I'll say. But the Sacred Mound is quite interesting. It's a religious district that also exploits gears and money, which means, remember, with Flowing Waters, it's going to give me 3/3. But also it gives industry cost reduction of adjacent districts. So the Mississippians are one of the cultures that makes you most actually do city planning, which I kind of am against for this playthrough because it would be a little tedious to watch. But like, let's go have a look here. So I attach this guy, right? And I build the Mississippian quarter here and here on these rivers. Then I can just build something for free right here. It will be a free district. They are a builder culture, so while I mentioned pride as not being that relevant, it is a little bit more relevant when you can literally build a thing for free. Get a little hit of stability. You put a city in Landraiser mode. A city with a lot of rivers. And you can just glom out a ton of shit. Pretty fun. I do have the rivers to support the Mississippians. Because they're just like the Khmer. They're like a builder culture that does well with rivers. Now, I would much rather have the elephants than the raiders. But this is also a religious district, which means I can get the religious district discount for building them. Man, tough call. I'll have to think about it. Mongols! So you remember I talked about the Huns, how they print free units out of their outposts? The Mongols are just the Huns of the medieval era. And then you stop getting Hun style. So it's just twice in a row. But again, you can't outpost You can't have all outposts, but you get double ransack gains, and which means if you were Goths and some Mongols, that does mean you get double science, which is kind of cool. And then the cheaper vassalize can be really fun. Put you over the line so that you can win a war and just get them. Having said that, it's exactly the same problem as last time. The outposts that I do have are not in spots with amazing food. And they're growing really slow. These guys in 7 turns could make 1 unit of Mongols, and that's just it. And that is not nearly worth some of these other things we've looked at. The Swahili. So the Swahili, if you play a certain way, are like... They can be the most broken culture in Humankind. Because you get stability on harbors, and then more stability on harbors per adjacent district. Right? Now, because you build harbors with influence, if you've been in a spot... I've had to attach, you see here, for one reason or another, most of the land on my mainland here is attached, and then there's just like this little bubble of outposts. But if you're just building lots of outposts, and every outpost has a harbor, then you switch to Swahili, and then suddenly you can just make these mega cities that have tons of stability. And the Bandari also lets you sort of build a harbor again with influence, because even if you have a harbor in a outpost that isn't attached, the Bandari is an emblematic district. That's different. You can also build a Bandari. So you're like, if you have like a bunch of unattached territories with harbors, which right now I've got 5, 6 actually. So it's already looking pretty good. I've got 6 of them. I could instantly use influence to build 6 Bandaris. All right, and those each give you 3 money per number of unique type of resources available, which, because I'm trading, that's a lot, right? So that's just a lot of money per turn from them. And then they give you the Matepe, which is just a better embarking craft that's got lots of move speed. And you get it instantly when you era up. So, like, even now, when it's not an amazing Swahili angle, it would still be pretty strong and make me make big cities. Now, again, my main problem here is just that stability is not what I'm suffering from. It's kind of the same as with the Aztecs. I'm just looking at it like I could get stability, but I kind of already have it. And since I'm Zhou, like, every one of my districts is cheaper. That does, incidentally, push me towards the Khmer and the Mississippians even more, because the Zhou legacy trait works very well with builder cultures. Because if you're building lots of stuff, then the fact that each of your buildings has 2 stability on it, so it's only a net -8, is even better. So, I'm not going to do the Swahili. Keep in mind they are very, very strong, and if you can optimize for them in advance by having a lot of unattached territories ready to build Mandaris with influence on turn 1 of Medieval, it gets really gross. It would still be pretty strong, pretty playable, but it's not what I'm going to do. Taino. So Zemis Worship is really, really cool. 5 food per number of territories in your sphere of influence on all cities. So if you've got all your cities have kind of hit their limit of food, so like let's look at our guys here. So these guys, okay, Haojing has still quite a lot of room to grow. Sipar's got some. Fenghao, Musenje are both like not doing the best for food. They're growing, but not the highest. I have 21 territories in my sphere of influence. Okay? So like you saw these numbers, they're plus, 7, 8, 16, 41, 27, 9. Okay? If I take the Taino, every one of my cities gets 105 food per turn, instantly, from Zemis Worship. That's like insanely good, okay? Insanely super duper good. And as I expand my sphere of influence, that bonus is going to go up a little more. So that is putting, like, in my empire total, 500 food a turn from the first click. Very strong if you need food. The Byra Hunters are not very strong. They are canoe fighters who receive no penalties from rivers, which is like, okay. They can attack indirectly. I don't know. It's not a big deal. And then the Beatties are just... So settled is the tier where you are 90 influence, or 90 stability. If you do that, then not only do you get double influence for each pop, but you're going to go ahead and also gain 10 more influence. This is good if you need stability. I don't need the Beatties. I don't need the Byra Hunters. Just Zemis Worship is still incredible. Okay. Umayyads. Plus 5% science per alliance. I've got one alliance. I've got a couple other people who have made friendly overtures that I could start accepting instead of rejecting and maybe get 2 or 3 more. That's good. The foresight affinity could be very strong for me because you saw the first 2 eras I have finished out. I've gotten every tech. So this will let me start by getting the good medieval techs, and then I can sneak and grab strong early modern technologies if I need them. In particular, that could mean that I could find gunpowder before anybody else and start shooting people with guns, which they would not really know what to do with. Harass, draining stability during sieges, that is like so irrelevant. I cannot begin to express how irrelevant this is. Having a cavalry unit, where it is nice, is that you'll notice that because both my scout riders and my scouts upgraded to horsemen, so having that good, like that emblematic unit would be strong in the sense that it's strong that I can upgrade my existing horses into it. But they're not a super good flagship unit. Now the Grand Mosque is quite nice. 3 science per number of attached territory, counts as religious district. Once again, I can't emphasize enough how strong personal rights is as soon as you get one of those. And then, like, how many does Haojing have attached to it? It has 5 attached territories. So it's going to get 6, 7, 8 throughout the era. Say it's on 7, then that's 21 extra science on the Grand Mosque, plus some faith to help push it out. Pretty good. But finally, the Norsemen have Stormborn, combat strength on naval units and transplants, plus 3 movement speed, a better ship when I get seafaring mastery, and that's the better naval transport, so I can have my guys fight, and then I can get another good harbor, the Naust, which gives lots of food, and also, every time I ransack, I get plus 50 more money for every one of these. So remember when I was saying with Swahili, look, I can build like 5 Mandaris immediately, that's pretty good. You know what else is pretty good? To build 5 Naus immediately, and now I get 250 bonus gold per ransack for the rest of the game. And the militarist affinity, like I said, my goal is to... I could handle a 2-front war with the Babylonians and the Goths. And this will let me cook the war score. And we've got this situation right here, where I've got my 35 strength quadriums, he's got his 37s. What if I evened the playing field right now by gaining plus 2 combat strength on those guys? And then these guys can start running up. I think it actually is going to be the Norsemen because of that. And then finally, the 2 that I missed, the Byzantines, they get money per alliances. Not that good. Honestly, all the per alliances ones feel a little overrated. Varangian Guards, they have an actually negative trait, and then what makes up for it is that they've got 38 strength. And then the Hippodromos we saw, you get money per horse, plus 25 if you manage to put it adjacent to the horse deposit. Plus 25 per adjacent horse's deposit. Oh yeah, versus deposit. So when it says per deposit, that means this is like a deposit with 4 accesses, but it's only 1 deposit. So I wouldn't get 100 for building a Hippodromos there. Pretty average. The Ghanaians, when you've got a good trade on, like you saw we have, Life of Luxury can be insanely strong. So plus 2 money per number of luxuries, plus 1 per accesses to strategic. So if we kind of just do the numbers here, that's going to be like doubling my money or something. And then you can also, like, I was, countering these trade offers that didn't do much for me. If I was Ghanaian, I would accept all of them. Life of Luxury, make tons of money, and then I can just build luxuries markets. It's a very fun way to play. Now we know why he wants to trade with me. So, overall, there's almost no stinkers here. The Khmer and the Mississippians offer one cool way to play of building up grand cities in the middle. I think given the fraughtness of that border situation, I'm going to go north to get the war support with these guys so that I can do it. And it will help me get to the New World faster. And it will give me lots of strength. I'll build lots of Gnosts, do some ransacking during my wars, and make lots of money. So let's go Norse. Look at my drip. Battle.
Wisdom, whether trading or raiding, the Norsemen deserve credit for both naval innovation and brute force.
I start with the militarist star already, because I've been doing some killing. Alright, he's declared on me. Oh, these guys are really one away from getting in. Does that mean I retreat for a turn? I think I do. Oh, but I guess now he's going to kind of pick on me on both sides, which is rude.
A proposal?
No. Why would I do that?
Les choses changent.
Sure. I'm not using stealth units. So, they're kind of nice to ambush people, but I don't know. They're fiddly and annoying, and I don't have fun with them. Okay. What I'm going to do is I think Haojing hopefully has... Oh, not quite enough for his stroll. But we're going to get the Nost. Yeah, this is the harbor, so we've got one on this side, so I can do this for just the optimal food. And then next turn I can deploy from it, build a bunch of new guys. For now, I can at least deploy from here. We're going to ignore that Satrap's Palace for a bit and build as many quadriums as we can build in one turn to help out in this war. Fight them in the seas. Also, for attacks, we really want to go make this nice and safe. So we want feudalism ASAP to be able to get the colony model to make a new city. Also, the crop rotation is just great everywhere. Food everywhere is super fun. We are going to want the naval transport soonish to get the faster boats going home. Also, the Great Fish Market, money per naval trade route, is amazing. Also, the cog. Ooh, do I actually need the cogs first because of what's happening on these borders? Yeah, I guess there's no super rush for me to claim this territory. He doesn't have any land people yet trying to go ransack it. So I think I am actually good to just grab the Seafaring Mastery right now. And then I can get the cogs and really go Norse on his ass. But now notice that because of Stormborn, this guy has like the 5 movement as he goes along the coast, which is nice. What's my new civic? Conquered Empires. So, basically, this is kind of fun. You can either take Imperialist, and every time you win a battle, you get bonus war support. Or you can take Anti-Imperialist, and then if anybody takes Imperialist, you get 20 war support for beating them. I'm not going to take either one of these yet, because... actually, it will be kind of a big deal to grab Imperialist now for when I win the fight against the Goths. I think I want to just get this attachment done first so that he stops getting to bully me with these stacks. So these guys are going to go start running up. I do notice that those are some pretty weak sauce units, right? Those are, So what he's going to do is go here, and then next turn, see if he can sneak out diagonally here. Yeah, so this is now the Eternal Trespasser. Oh, and she did attach this one, so... Yeah, this guy's just dead now. He has no chance. Unless I get open borders with her, which I highly doubt she will deign to do. So he'll just bum around. Maybe I just disband him so that she doesn't get any war support for fighting him.
You remain a mystery. Let us speak.
Yeah, I don't want... Getting to get some boat scouting here is not worth, like, the open borders, giving her open borders. So all this guy is here to do is to give up war score whenever he dies, so I'll just disband. Goodbye. Alright, well, let's build some more Nousts, baby. Can't build these ones with influence, but they're still good. I want to build a bunch with influence, but like I'm waiting to just attach Istral. It's my top priority, so I have to save my influence. But I can just build some. Ooh, that's a lot of food, baby. So one slightly annoying thing is that like, the AI lives inside the computer, you can kind of beat them to one thing before they... So I can, like, click this really fast, too. I didn't do it with this guy because he has a retreat left in him, but these guys don't have a retreat left. So, it's very important, too. Can't trespass anymore, but that's fine because I'm holding this little ridge. Okay, Sheng. Now I can attach this. Still can't build any cogs, but I can go sneak in. So like I mentioned before, the Satrap's Palace, because I had gears in it, it will still stay until I garbage it. So we're going to get 2 more in this, and that should be sufficient. Yep, you can make it in 2 turns. Perfect. Cool. It's good to have allies. Land rights. Land rights is quite the important civic. So, communal land is just a free benefit. 10 food per number of attached territories. Just useful. Inherited land. You have to use money to claim, attach, and merge. Now, this is must, not may. So, suddenly you need a big bankroll to do all this New World kind of stuff. What I'll say is, if you have that kind of bankroll, you'll know. If you're playing the Ghanaians or something like that, that is pretty appealing. Here, no way that I want inherited land. That does make communal quite nice. It is a pretty high priority, but I'm going to get even more food building Noths with influence. So that is my next thing to do with influence. Now, Sipar, I'm going to be going to war with Babylon. Remember, as a militarist,
Have a glass.
I can just wait, and my equilibrium is high enough to just do it. Ditto with these guys now. So I'm going to want to build some more units here, because this is going to be a pretty out-of-date army by the time the fighting starts. So I know these guys are going to be building units and fighting. So what does that mean? It means that we... Yeah, they don't have any copper in their territory itself, so I don't get more accesses with the kiln. That's just a +1. So these guys are going to just get a barracks done first of all. And I'm probably going to then deploy a garrison. Actually, I'll just queue it up. I'm certain enough I'm going to do it that then I can get this queuing done. On one of these 2 sides. Which it looks like this is where all the good ransacking is. So, there we go. And then they can start building guys there. These guys will also switch to guarding where that new garrison will be. You made sure to use the new one. Yep. Another one. It's going to get me more money because it's also got the Satrap's Palace nearby. So, yep, you've embarked. The New World calls. I can go hang out there with my ally. Ooh, I want this, but I'm not going to risk sending the army over there until I've got things squared away around here. Alright. Okay, so now you can go try to claim that territory. Everything is fine now. So we're gonna have this stack run out. Stack's gonna go here, wait 1 turn. This stack's gonna go start being in the mid area here. This stack's gonna go get ready to receive this one. Be there, friend. Is there? Yes, I can do both. Perfect. Whoosh. So you see, that Stormborn is a big deal. Now this guy's got that nice 7 move speed. He'll just go to the Allies' harbor, so that next turn he can just sell it for free. And then just try to get a new city here. Yeah, I found a new city here with feudalism. I will make this a city with feudalism, and then that is finally time to ransack or liberate Keys. I haven't picked which yet.
With 5 farmers' quarters, this one city must have more farmers than most empires.
Ooh, I got a Hanseatic cog already. Something to know about me as a personal human being is I like the history of the Hanseatic League. So I know some stuff about cogs. And I'm very excited to have one of my own. Okay, this guy's going to go start shadowing these fellers. This we can build free, and then they can get started already. Yep, they're going to go be a fleet of 10 hanging out together. And then if he tries to fight me in this area, that's just too near all my different cities, and he will lose. So, that's fine. Okay. Who's next? Oh, damn, you guys still got some more. Alright, so...
Keep moving.
Now, it is a tough question whether I can make it to here. Oh, wait, I should be able to once I get the lang skips. So that's what I'm waiting for. Perfect. You... There's some shallows there, right? Oh, crap, or is that just a... Okay, no, those are shallows. Nice. Man, the first time I do a ransack, I'm going to be a happy little boy, huh? Okay, this is going to take them out of the settled land. And they don't have any more industry. I don't care, though. They don't even have that much pop. It's not that much influence to lose. And the 50 gold per ransack is super nice. Okay, you guys have done all the lang skips you can. Go get yourselves settled, then.
Another empire has built and gained the vision of the great lighthouse of Alexandria. Maybe they'll let you visit.
Who did that? Because whoever did Alexandria gets some big naval benefits. Wait, where's the fight? Who the fuck are you? Oh, the Huns, because they're the... Right, because they're the, descendant. Well, bad news, Buster. Now, I don't want the cog quite in front because it's the strongest, and I don't want them to get to attack it easily. I want the cog to be at full health and get a nice attack. Although I guess I slightly erred because it... Oh, no. So I guess he can get... Oh, those are turbulent waters from -4. I missed that. It's kind of undoing my whole advantage. So what does this fall back? Withdraw, you must have less combat strength to fall back. Okay, so I can't fall back. Boom. Okay. I'm not deploying these because these are my land units, so they're going to be weaker. If they had the lang skips, they would still be kind of okay, but since I don't have the lang skips, it is not worth. I want to keep the cog alive so it can just heal up. Now this is a bit rough because they get to 1v2 here in this choke, but
Tell me what is on your
Such transgression.
so it was his vassal that attacked me, but it still counts. Now I can just refuse his demands, and now I'll get to cook this war support even faster. Because she has no, like, she's not a real person. She's a vassal, so it doesn't matter.
Forse abbiamo degli obiettivi.
Je vous écoute.
I haven't checked in a while. Oh yeah, I want marble. I want marble real bad. And I want 3 horses. Thank you. Oh, damn it. I should have drove these guys down here, because then they won't get in the choke. I guess they can still make it next turn, but... Just oopsie doopsie. We did it! Already found some untaken territory, which means I can start my claim on the New World. These guys, I think, are going to just defend here. Man, the Nas are also just worth a lot of food. Man. What? I'm not falling back, though. Oh, but I can't because this is all his territory, and so it would be an act of war. Annoying. So I guess these guys do have to come through the top, but... I looked at the button to see what it does. I didn't actually hit it.
Fragen mich, ob Ihr Partner...
That's so rude. So because I hovered over this, I'm not falling back, though. I guess I just accidentally hit that or something? I don't want to fall back. This sucks. So where are the turbulent waters? They don't even let me see it that well from here. Oh, God damn it. Well, I didn't want to move into them. I wanted to move. I'm trying to bait him forward into the dangerous choke. So now these guys are going to go back for the friendly unit bonuses, and we can get the 2-for-1 ourselves. But yeah, you can see I'm taking the -4 for turbulent waters, so it's a bit of a downer. I might lose a lot of these units here. Okay, so... God damn! Am I losing the whole battle? I guess then when you're gonna lose, you just trade for whatever you can get. But man. I don't know exactly what happened. Oh, but I also got a victory somehow? I don't know. That was really weird. I don't claim to know what happened there.
So nice to hear from you.
Okay. So is it the time now to ransack Keys? Probably? Well, I guess I know it's coming. The writing's on the wall, because City 5 is going to be here and City 6 is going to be here. But maybe these guys have a time to save a trivial amount of influence by building an inland, a little lake nost here, and then I'll ransack them. Because you're also going... one city over the cap is like so irrelevant. It is literally just a -10. So this is the thing when you're taking like a bunch of open territory like this. Just found the outpost at the first spot with good gears you can see, and then scout it while it's building, and then move it to where you actually want it. That is such an important thing here. Oh, that should work. But okay, but that was feudalism next anyway. Yes, we absolutely need the feudalism to make these new cities. Okay, so you're gonna... yeah, just shepherd this guy. I lost the cool cog, but soon I can just pay for all of them to be cogs, so it's fine. go. I guess the fisheries are a lot better now that I'm building all these bonus harbors, because they'll count for my normal harbors and my nosts. That's cool.
A great mausoleum has been built. Perhaps the next... You have unlocked seafaring. To safely travel the dangerous, hungry oceans. You can cause trouble anywhere you want now, and have a better chance of getting away with it.
Cogs. It's probably even worth it. I mean, definitely this guy can also get his healing done. And also now notice these guys have 8 movement speed, so I can just absolutely now make it over. Go get ready to found this. Oh, he's got his guys. Well, what if no? And then yes, the fact that I should have upgraded them first. I don't know if cogs have any better movement speed or not. But yes, given that I am going to go try to defend that group. Okay. Wait. Something really stupid has just occurred to me. I'm building a billion nos. I was on the fence whether I fix Keith's by ransack attach.
Beware, your renown is not as great as others.
It's tied.
And your place
At
in
least it's a
history
reasonable
is
extended time to say that. So, am I gonna get like 400 gold for ransacking my own guy? Perfect.
With
Total alliance.
You remain a mystery. Let us speak.
Obviously angry with me. That's okay.
I would not put myself in this position if I feared the consequences.
You should probably start fearing some consequences, my man. That seems like a very prudent thing to do. Sanjay. Yep, money on harbor. Let's go. Money on harbor. Let's go.
Your people see it as a place of safety and a symbol of power. Only your friends know of the extensive
Okay, so this is a case where I don't just found it at my feet, because it's literally just 2 gears. Oh. You want to stop me. These are only boats, though. They cannot go on land. Nerd. Okay, it does mean that this is not a big enough stack to... I think he might win in a fight, even though I've got the cogs. And then Norseman bonus. 5, 6, 7, 8 to 6. 8, 6 is not amazing odds. Ooh. Lieutenant. Nice, I'm the first one to tier 2. So I get my choice of Undertake Pilgrimage. Alright. I've got some, like, land rights civics. Oh, I actually need to be looking at my... My influence kind of, like, got away from me, and I have a lot of it. I just was paying too much attention to the war. So the civics would be pretty fine, but I don't have religious districts. It's not great. War sport on grievance trigger could be fun. Get the war sign. Science on I do have a decent chunk of research quarters. I do have a lot of market quarters now. Because every Nost counts as a market quarters as well, right? So, yeah. So, every one of my satraps' palaces and every one of my Nosts will trigger Give Alms. Protect the weakest. Stability for garrison and strength. I'm good on stability. Observe fat. Oh, food on harbor. Yeah, I think we're just going to take food on harbor, y'all. That'll get me to my next tenant even faster. Yeah, this is better in the sense that I've got a few satraps' palaces that are not harbors. So this triggers for more stuff than Observe Fasts does. Because every harbor is a market quarter, but not every market quarter is a harbor. But, well, actually, let me do check for jobs. Yeah, everybody still's got plenty of time. Feng Hao is 7 away from being job capped, and I have a lot of the easy job infras that I never built because jobs are not a problem. So, yeah. We see 53, 140, 23, 61, 11. But now we shall observe fasts. And now suddenly we've got more. So anyway, next turn this guy's going to go to somewhere with more gears and found the army there. I really want to build more boats to help out. I guess actually I can just literally do that, huh? Get another pair of cogs to come even up the numbers. Unicorn horn! I can get science investing. I can purchase it for more faith. This will get me up to 4 faith per territory, which could be a little nice. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna buy the unicorn. 1,000 is a lot, though. But I want more faith on my territories. Because that's not an effect of the event. That is just like from moving my civic to the full tradition side. So that's just some permanent faith I got there. Okay, now this guy.
We have our orders.
Oh.
Yes.
That's a lot of rivers we're getting stuck in over there. Okay. So I want to save more influence to go and claim as much land as I can here before my ally takes it all. I have a foothold in a new world, though. That's good. And also, yes, I can spare now some nasty nests. Okay. So, land rights is a priority, but I do want to make sure I can actually claim. Like, this is 488. I'm going to still save influence before land rights here for a bit. So, if I did a fight, where would I want to be? I'd want to be here, I think. Let's get them moved over. And I can't do war because he's in his territory, but if he comes into mine, I can declare it. Okay. Sanjay. They have a few naval trade routes through here, but not too many. But also not too much else to just do. Oh, this is so frustrating. They're going to be 1% away from... Is there... Maybe I'll just do a cheap little garrison or Charon's Quarter. They could get a 7... Okay, so one thing about Commons Quarters, okay? This is actually quite annoying. Good to know. It's stability for adjacent quarters here. And so the game does this little preview of where the best spot's going to be. Well, it really wants to avoid a Commons Quarter in the heart of the city. Because you can see here I'm going to lose, like, 1 food, for example. 5 gear, put it here. But what that means is that it tries to route the Commons Quarters away from spots where it will give you lots of stability, because it will make you lose a bit of other yield. But like, I'll lose 5 food and 5 gear, 3 science for 17 stability, because that gives me some headroom to add new districts later. So for Commons Quarters, you often need to ignore the highlight and actually look at the city. Okay, Sipar has that garrison now, so if we get the war with Babylon, which is progressing...
I would not put myself in this position.
Slow-ish, but it's happening. Oh, I could try to go and ransack this guy. You can say I can get $500 if I ransack the trade route. That is quite tempting. So let's maybe get this done, and then I can sail over there. And then these guys will... Because he only has swords on 2, because he's far behind, because I bullied him, and because he is just staying arrow 1 forever for some reason. That is like an AI affinity a bias to like stay the same culture, but he doesn't have that. He's just being a dummy dum-dum. He's just being a silly goose. Yeah, it's just more money. I'm enjoying all this money. Oh! The Aztecs are trying to make some inroads near my territory. Let us go and have these very fast ships. Ooh! I kind of missed that independent. I wonder if it's too late. Let's upgrade these cogs. Okay, they've got 106 some other empires. It's not worth trying to get a little client state here. Plus, I guess I was saying that gets me out of this continent. But when one of the people is my ally, like, if I have a war on the continent, I've got shared logistics with him. I can still heal in any brown lands. Now we find the arid up. Now he's Roman. Good for him. He needs to move here first, because even though they can't attack a land unit from the sea, they can still slow him down. Ooh, nice. So we probably want one of these two. Yeah, here we go. And then I'll be able to attach it to this new city. And then we'll have a nice starting point, and then we'll just try to chomp some land from these guys.
Trarremo tutti beneficio da un'alleanza, non credete?
That is unlikely.
Alright, I'll trade with the Canadians.
I proceed with this, but only for expediency's sake. This time.
Do I have any coffee?
Eccellente. Tutto ciò
Yes.
sarà ricordato.
Do I have silk? I don't think I have silk yet. Alright. I believe, yeah, I have porcelain and papyrus. Cool. More gears.
What does the mill ask of the grist?
Alright, I have more ongoing demands. I can do war anytime. It's very stupid to do the war until I've got feudalism and I finish up this city. So that I can, like, have a spot to build more units from in this area and stay cooking. So these guys are building their Nost. That's the harbor that exists. Where's the... Oh, right there. These guys are going to go and be ready to... Actually, I guess I don't need to wait for the harbor. I can just embark from here next turn and just try to sneak over and get it done. Alright. And now we are
Over there. Let's
wandering the new world. I really want to save my influence now because I want to make 2 more cities. So I am glad I didn't do land rights. This is like a really weird little gully. Okay, where does this guy want to live? Okay, looks like here. And then get them their harbor. That's a neutral land, sir. Oh, he can get away for 1 more turn. Okay, he's got some 4 stacks here. Yeah, I mean, I really overinvest here in ruling the seas. They're trying to rule the seas too, and like... Gotta be prepared, boy. The next turn, if I get more cogs and he's still chilling here, I can try to disrupt him. Yeah, unclaimed wonders, but I don't care. Man, I want my cities. It's 1 turn, baby. Alright. But I will spend the... Even if this delays one of my 2 cities for a bit, it is such a big deal to just get the outposts all cooking so that I get the most value. Okay. And now these guys are actually going to stack together because then they cover less ground, but they'll make bigger outposts together. I guess that this one I was already making in 1 turn. That's actually probably an incorrect thing to optimize for. Like, yes, the more units in your stack, the faster it gets made, but if it gets made in 1 turn, then it's all fine. Anyhow. That's made in 1 turn. These guys are absolutely just going to sit here. Varus, 310. Ooh, nobody's influencing the Mokines yet. Are they any good, though? They are the farthest away. They have the longest lifespan, which I think means they're the newest one. So I can't see them, but I think I am meant to. Well, but it just costs more influence. This is finally like a good independent civ to do, but influence is such a bottleneck when I'm about to make 2 new cities. Like, if I want to make 1, it's 2760.
Erzählt mir doch ein wenig mehr about.
And because of the land rush down here, I need to take all the outposts I can down here, like, while I'm waiting for these cities. So yeah, I really can't start fucking with independence right now. Housing. Yeah, more votes, please. More votes. Thank you. This, the nice thing is, I bully the vassal, and I just get war score on blue.
I hope this is a...
So soon I'll be full.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Forse abbiamo degli obiettivi in comune.
Yeah. Trading with the Ghanaians is always a little sad because they get so much out of it, but it's just what I need to do right now. These guys... Okay, so now we're going to move them to the middle line here so that they can still respond to movements around here, but they're also just ready to stop incursions anywhere near me. These guys. See if he gets to safety or if I can kill him next turn for some free war score. Man, I am a bit bummed about the influence here. This city's so expensive. But if nothing else, I still get crop rotation, so I still get a big benefit for finishing feudalism right now. He just sailed back. Sir.
Come on!
Why would you sail back? We are Norsemen. I don't believe that flanking works for boats, but I have nothing better to do, so I'm going to test. Nope. But also, he's just a troop transport. Haha.
How?
Slaves. Bonuses for commons or garrisons. Those only really matter if you build a lot of one of the other, which tends to be if you've got an emblematic quarter that counts as one or the other. So knowing that I'm going to just be sitting around for a while, I could get another city cap, but I'm quite happy getting rid of Keys after I finish building its Nost. Well, I mean, I guess I don't have to, though. I could just keep... It's not that good, though. And I am curious. I guess I can preview now and check, because I am curious. No, I don't get the Norse bonus ransacking my own stuff. That would be pretty broken. Okay, a couple other things to note. War summons is where you can just start getting higher 2 units, including a good, finally another good ranged combat unit. I am cooking against Babylon, and I probably want to start building those guys. Also worth noting, though, hamlets. In many games, hamlets are very important, because they don't need to be connected. So, I have all the... So, I put a hamlet here, and I get the yields for all of these adjacent forests, plus I get 4 new job slots.
Unfortunately, this time,
which in some
you are
runs,
merely a
around this
bystander
time,
to someone else's glory.
you are... Okay, now that's actually true. Good for them. You are, completely helplessly looking for job slots, and then hamlets are an absolute godsend. I'm not quite there yet. Alchemy could just get me through the other science stuff I need faster, and I don't really need any of this, but I do think I want to start building at least crossbows. So, lots of good techs in medieval, though. Okay. So these guys are just going to sit and make sure that blue never gets into my territory again. And yeah, this is the unfortunate thing where I really want to go make either this a city or this a city. Probably top first, because I'm kind of ready to go to war with blue as soon as I've got the setup for it. But it's just not there yet. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but despite that, I still need to, because Brown is my ally. Once he takes something, I can't take it back. without breaking our alliance. So I really need to go and gobble up all the territory I can, even if this is delaying my city. I will wait the one turn to actually walk on the good spot, because every bit of influence I can save helps. Although having said that, I'm definitely still gonna... This is still worth it. We're gonna pay a bit less food to have it one more tile down. Okay. Okay, there's Lamech for now. We will fix that in the fullness of time. Okay. So now these guys are going to have a nice 10% surplus. I can build another thing and they'll still be happy. Yep. These guys, it's annoying. I'm going to have to just hit pass every turn and see if they ever leave their borders. Ooh, these guys are really low. So normally, embarked units can never beat normal units. That's still probably true. Actually, I'm still like 6 behind in terms of strength. Also, something I just realized in Haojing, I haven't looked at the Great Fish Market and all the trade goes through here. So I should definitely finish the fishmonger. I bet the trade market's going to make me like $1 billion, and I was meant to do it way sooner than I did. I guess I was building pretty useful ships to help out the cause. But yeah, 331 money a turn from the Great Fish Market. I'm going to get that. Okay. This guy is just going to sleep back here until I can get a 6th unit slot. Okay. This guy's going to get back into Allied waters, and he's just watching for little stragglers like that. Very tedious to hit that every single turn, but it's better than being caught by surprise and ambushed. Oops. Yeah, fuck it, I will. I see Brown's not here at this moment, so I can take the turn to save a tiny amount of influence. What's annoying is, I guess I wait a little bit longer on this ransack. I really don't know what's left for Keith's, though. I guess just another... Because I don't want to ransack it until I can immediately afford to get it back, so I can keep getting these science yields. So... I'm doing quite good on money. I don't have much to do with that, but it is nice that in an emergency I can just pay for some military units for my wars. I guess, this might actually be an inherited land angle. Because then the claiming territories is with money, and then I can just focus on spending influence to make the cities and claim wonders. I think I've convinced myself. Yeah. I think I have. Because when this Great Fish Market gets made, my money is going to go up to like double per turn. So I think I can actually sustain this. If I regret it, I will be very sad. But
an interesting choice, which may lead to a concentration of wealth with interesting and unexpected
and now it costs
consequences.
370 gold to found this instead. Yes. And now I can just start saving up to make this new city. Also, let's do a quick pop check on my outposts. Yeah, so Chason is 4 of 4. It wants to be attached to Haojing. Ooh, okay, this is the downside, you can see. Quite expensive. But I'll be making enough for it, I think. Especially because it's going to give me $800. But I am going to wait a little bit on attaching Chason. So what will happen in Chason, it's full, in 5 turns, its pop will be 5 of 4, and then they'll start hitting starvation, and that 5th pop will probably die. So if I don't attach it by then, I lose the chance at a free pop. Which, when you phrase it like that, you can see it's not terrible. Also, this is pretty marginal spitball, but now that I'm just paying the gold for the outposts and they're reasonably cheap, I think I can indeed afford to have a guy go there. So let's just get ourselves a horseman and have him go colonize this. He's got 2 5-stacks up here. So I think this guy's, rather than patrolling the sea for blue here, they're going to join so we can have a 10-stack navy when we need it. And then if blue goes here again, we'll just have to build even more. It's fine. Okay, Sipar's got its brand new Nost. So we're going to get a couple of cogs for down here now, or at least one, and then go from there and see. Also, I get 2 cogs. I could just go clean up on the Byzantines. What do you want?
How? How might I be of aid?
He is sad. He's a sad little boy.
Don't fall.
Alright, horsies. Just keep on looking for that good fertile ground. Let's spend 1 turn, see if we find a... Well, actually, what's this? 2 turns? Okay, now this is even better. You guys can get this done. Soon. Yeah, I guess they'll stay here until I finish claiming that to stop any punks. They're gonna wait for the second cog to be done before they leave the safety of their harbor. You guys are doing pretty well for yourselves. Good for you. Lots of pop-ups. Okay.
Your reputation and renown are great, if not the very best. A performance that is almost, but not quite, perfect.
Yep. My influence might be able to start switching as I have the city. If not, it's my allies' influence. That's not so bad.
My demand for reparations was
Aha.
justified.
I was
Think
talking about this.
carefully.
Wait, how are they... Oh, that's funny. So there wasn't a pressing my people grievance because they were culturally mine, but then gone? But then I just killed it, and now I'm just asking for money. But I don't care, I'll demand whatever I
You
want.
go where you do not. I find your
Charge that
proposition.
faster. Oh. My demands have been refused. Ooh. Sounds like Papa's getting his war in advance.
We have exhausted.
Sipar is the holy city where they want to do last rites. We want fanatical here because this is one of the borders of the faith. So anyway, now in Sipar, I can go behind this swordsman and I can start building crossbowmen and pikemen. Cog can wait. Also, I've got 5,000 gold. Oh, but also I've got iron reserves, and I upgraded my militia. Wait. Oh yeah, I upgraded them, so peasants was the upgrade. So their peasants are just the same strength as these swordsmen, huh? Ooh, and they all upgrade path into pikemen. So, there we go. 1,000 gold. Hey, guess what, nerd? Free units! It's busted as hell! Nice war, dickhead. So now instead of building more pikes, I got all the pikes I needed. They're going to build crossbows. We're going to cancel the pike. Keep the cog because it's got some gears in it already. These guys are going to replace. That's going to get a Nost. And then goodbye to my heritage. Okay, I think I'm going to cut the video pretty soon here because this war could go on for a while, and this video has already gone on for a while. I do already have the ability to rush quickly into the next era, but I see no need. If nothing else, I'm going for Gold Militarist. I got enough enemies. That shit's easy, and I get bonus points for it from a militarist culture. Okay, so now that the war have been declared, do I want military architecture for the better siege weapon, or do I want heavy infantry for the better swordsman? I think I want the better swordsman first. Plus the +1 unit cap will let me make more efficient stacks. Especially good over here in the naval section, in case Blue sees the war and tries to open this front. I could probably handle a two-front war. I probably won't open the second front of my own accord. I don't know why this keeps having an exclamation point. I'm aware we're at war. You refused my demand. Okay, can these guys help at all for the war? That's quite a long way for them to walk. But I guess, like, to chase down this group, we could still use some new guys. So sure, let's just get a nice... Get a pike crossbow pair. These guys are going to just march forward instead of backwards. They're going to wait one turn to get a second cog and then start poking around, looking for weaknesses. Now Zhang, of you we sing. How much turns do I have on this? 3 more turns. Before I have to attach that shit. Yeah, let's just grab all this fucking food then. Why don't you guys also get a pike crossbow pair, and then they'll meet up with each other and we'll have 2 of them.
Unfortunately, this time you are...
What does the mill ask?
Un plaisir, comme toujours. Comment pouvons-nous nous entraider?
Ti do il benvenuto. Parliamoci franco.
Sometimes I get annoyed that there's like the ... with the minor event, and it's just that like they... Like letting me know that he's got a grievance he's not pushing or something. It's like, I don't care, dude. Wish those minor events had a bit more explanation to them. Pushing me. Alright, this guy can go grab this curiosity, and it'll still be in time to help out here if needed. Alright, the second cog is really delayed because I'm waiting on it. I forgot that I was doing that.
Advance. Forward. Keep together. Eyes forward.
Well... Yeah, I guess this guy's just gonna sleep then until I have that other cog.
Go this way. Let's go.
So now it's worth doing the ransacks because, as I've learned, I get lots more money thanks to Norse power. So what is this? Why are there so many bugs? He must have like a plague event or something. So I want to ransack the administrative center. Just take this out of his territory. Keep the astronomy house unransacked because then when I take over this territory as mine, I'll get it. Okay, yes, we've claimed this one, so now you want to go up here because we want this to be as connected as possible. Ooh, and there's copper in this one.
Go this way.
So this is one we're going to claim this turn. We're just looking for the best spot that we can see circa this turn, but we will not delay it for another turn like we have some of the others. Stakes are quite high here. 3, there's 2. We'll do this one. Nice. I shall get the copper and the iron. Okay, Now, it is time. Oh, no, one more turn. One more turn. Kill these guys. Go start hunting down that straggler. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I'll make a little bit more of an army from here. Just to make sure the war gets won. Got some fast fellas. You also notice that when you've got roads, it really does speed up walking around in your own territory, which can be nice. He's going to just wait a turn, because Crossbowman has the penalty at close range, so he actually doesn't 1v1 a sword, I don't think. We're going to split off one horse to go grab this. The next one is here. So this will build a little slower because there's one less guy, but it's not so slow that I'm in great peril. And you can see why the New World, like, if you get there and you've got the resource, which remember, I could never finish the city if I had been spending influence and all this shit, so that's super worth it. And then, yeah, I'll just get a nice chunk of land for my own, make that one mega city. Oh, I guess when Keith finishes this next building, I can do the ransack, because now it'll just cost gold to attach, and that won't be quite so bad. But also, it's finally time. Boom. And they get the free walls, because they have every one of these. Technically, it's only the ones you've researched, but I researched everything in Ancient and Classic, so. So now we get some bonus pop, too. And now I just am instantly ready to start gearing up for war here. You see all my districts cost 1. The only thing I can build is the fish market. But I don't want the fish market. I want to just start building some units. And then, yeah, it's only 54 bucks. Let's get these guys safely. So now he can't do any cheeky ransacking. It has to be a proper war. Now we have Ejabir, the great city of the north.
Setting sail. Scan them.
Run to the border, children. Run. Wonder, sorry, but now I'm at the spot where I'm going to need 4,000 influence for the next city. And the sooner I can make it, the happier I'll be. So, like, 100% all my influence is just going into the city piggy bank. I don't care that I'm missing wonders. It's a little bit of a shame because I'm starting to hit the spot you're noticing. 14 turns. Well, could have brought a bigger stack here, but also I don't need this for anything except squatting, so it's fine. I'm starting to hit the spot where I don't have the best things in the world to build in some of my cities, which is when you really want a wonder. But also, none of the ones that are left are really good. I'm going to kind of... I know this is over-explained. It makes sense if I sit and look at every one of these. Because I don't want them, I'm gonna be cheeky and not do it in this particular video. Because I feel like part of what makes something like this work is that it's much easier to sit and explain everything when there's like a reason that you care watching the video. You can be like, oh, so that's why you would make this decision versus that decision because of so-and-so. So it's hard to spend a long time talking about stuff that couldn't matter to me. I will do it for cultures because the cultures are such an important aspect of the game that when there's a culture that's not mine, I'm still like, okay, but let me break down why you might want this culture. But I'm not going to do all the wonders too. That's just too much, fellas. I am going to. Okay, next turn that gets... I think I'm going to play one more turn. Make sure I remember to build on my little extractors and stuff. And then we're going to pause this because this is going to be some meat grinder wars. And we want to take a break. I think that's probably enough for the Babylon War. And these guys can focus on... See, this is when I wish I had a wonder. I could build more great temples, but they're kind of meh. I'll just get the workshop. It's not that good. Industry per workers is only 5 right now, but it lets me pivot more into workers later, and it also unlocks better techs next turn. Ooh, she went already early modern. She's already Dutch. So we have our first early
Greetings.
modern.
What shall we discuss?
She's a merchant culture. Oh, I've interrupted some of my trade routes from the war. Oh, he's besieging me. Where the hell did these guys come from? He just, like, ninja'd an army onto me. But, like, not convinced it's going to go super well for him. Because these guys can just arrive in the back. And... okay, can any of these guys make it this turn, though? Okay, now these guys can't make it. Because of this. I walked in the wrong section. Also didn't mean to walk all the way backwards there, but it just kind of was a misclick. I get my peasants who are already pretty strong, but then also I'm going to get my other units. So these guys are going to go get the high ground. And here come the pikes from behind, who he knew was here, so my sympathy counts are fucking negative. I don't know where this army came from that he snuck in here, but... wasn't worth it, boss. And then the peasants, you can be really expendable about. Because, like, if they die... you know, they were just auto-raised. All you lose is the population. I don't want to leave the walls for no reason, though, because my benefits are a lot stronger fighting behind the walls like this. You see the high ground Guardian. Guardian is, I think, the one for fighting from the walls. So he'll take that trade. He's just going to sit and wait. And this... the problem is, unlike the crossbows, don't have the indirect fire where they can go without line of sight. So he's gonna move here. Oh damn it! No, there's still this unit here. We can see the little hand above these guys. Line of sight is a pain in the ass. You kind of missed how bad it was because with the archers, they don't need it. Oh yeah, and there's the fucking forest too. Oh, I hate line of sight. Can this guy get line of sight? Okay, I guess what I'll do is he'll move in the forest after that's cleared, and now he can take his shot. I should have switched him with the other one, because even though like it's just a pop, there's no sense losing it. But also, we fine. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I want them to heal, so I will just pay to scoot it. Just get that done like that. I'm not even building all my Nos with influence until I start attaching their territories. Because I just want that city, man. Okay, here. Stack up with them friends. Don't know what this horse is meant to do. I guess to go here and take this. Which will matter a little more if we break our alliance.
Votre compagnie me
I
fait...
don't think he wants to, but he could be silly. These guys will just sleep. I've got enough manual eyes there for other reasons. Okay, so now we want Sage or Ebony. I guess we probably want to start south and go up when I'm claiming these territories. Okay, that's got no way out at all. To make sure that if I can't take everything, then I at least get like one solid block. Ooh. Yeah, that land rights switch ended up being clutch. I might want 2 cities here. This is getting to be big enough. I got enough of the New World land that I might want East and West. But I can handle that because Theology's coming, and remember, and actually now is the time. It finished its research quarter. The ransacking keys. Well, 7 pop. Do I lose 7 pop? That's the question. In exchange for getting the city cap up and not having to deal with this any other way. I don't really want to liberate them because I want the iron the whole time. I can't spawn from that because it's a ransack, so I can't make a unit with the pop. That is a bit annoying because my Ag Star is about to be gold. But I mean, it's going to get to gold by the end. So, I think I'll just lose the 7 pop and start it over again. It'll grow back pretty fast because it'll be starting from 0 and it's got a high income. So now these guys are going to go... Oh, I don't want to move around there. Get here and then embark and start causing trouble in Babylon. These guys are gonna just start collecting those curiosities. It's free real estate. Yep, he's just hiding there. So Jay, I think that's probably enough units out of these guys. Also, I'm losing this because I'm ransacking, so I don't want to build that. But I also don't want to build that in general, so it's fine. I haven't even queued a temple for its 22 gears. Can I guess? No, I think I'm going to just give up on Keys. We're just going to click one of the ceremonies. I didn't talk about the ceremonies because they're basically these really terrible things that you only ever take when you just have nothing else, like literally nothing else to do with your gears. Because if I start building a parade, then I build it for 1,000 gears, and then anytime this city makes a unit, it'll get 5 experience. It's like a permanent buff to the city. But they're just not worth it because they're not designed to be. They're designed to be the gear sinks of absolutely last resort. So, yep, we're going to call it here, but just remember kind of setting the stage. This war with Babylon is going to go fast because they suck.
What is it? Don't get comfortable.
They're just the Romans. They just got Roman tech. And I'm murdering their asses with pikemen that I got to make for free, thanks to the power of iron reserves, which needs 7 more turns to go again. And then after we do that war, we're going to start focusing on blue. We do want to put a stop to the Dutch, because they are like the best civ right now. But we can also just fight them better by making ourselves stronger. Finish taking this continent. And then get some gains up here, just because we already sort of did the work of cooking it, and they are just not that strong at all. And then we're gonna get one more city cap from philosophy soon, or theology, because we're gonna have a lot more cities. But we're gonna be reclaiming 1 city cap from ransacking this. We're going to be gaining 1 city cap from that research, and now you can see why Cyrus's shadow. You know, in the fullness of time, it gets you there, and it becomes very strong. Then we can try to start fighting back culturally here when we actually get, like, a city and religion. It'll be interesting to pick which one of these we want, because normally you pick the first, but these have all been around long enough. Oh, that's right. I needed to remember this. This is actually quite important. So, yes. Do that before I switch out. That is worth my influence. The Nos, I'm only going to build really important ones, I think. I think marginal ones I'm going to save. Because weirdly, yeah, the food from the Nosts, you only get like the 6. You don't get like the full exploiting yield until it's like attached. It doesn't exploit till it's... So it showed that number of everything it's going to, but then I only get the +6 from it being a Nost itself, which is not quite as strong. But yeah, so our next big thing of influence is to make the New World City. And then we're going to fight a 2-front war, get ourselves comfortable and strong. We're going to stay in medieval a good deal longer because, like, even with this ransack setting us back, we're still going to get gold ag pretty soon. We're definitely getting gold militarist before we ascend. Techs, you can see we're very close to silver science, and then gold from there we can handle, especially because after this, we might do military architecture for the siege. We probably don't even need good siege for Babylon. So we might just start getting that city cap from the top, and then alchemy, which gives you Alchemist Workshop, which just gets you 10% more science, right? So that helps you get the other techs faster. And we've got the 14 copper we need to build that in all our cities. So it's just a question of if we want architecture, which Babylon, don't think we need it. We may want better siege weapons for Mycenae. He has arrowed up now. Who is he, by the way? Mississippian. Okay. One of my ones I wanted. Oh, one random thing about these strengthened biases, you can set them for your own AI, but in your own games, it tends to just pick random stuff that isn't what you picked. And it doesn't also matter. So you set the AI biases that in games against other players, your AI persona gets a buff. In your own game, you don't get them, which is why I haven't focused on them. So overall, in a pretty good spot. Pretty exciting. I'm glad that I went with the Norwegians and not Builder Civ, because we saw the Iron Reserves here were really nice to get the war kickstarted. That naval strength, he was trying to rule the waves against us, and then we kind of cowed him into submission. And the war score and the move speed for the boats really helped me get the jump on here, so he doesn't get to take all this stuff. So we're gonna make a civ. We're gonna call it New World City, and see you all next time.